What's up, guys? Simone Fan 101 here, and this is my attempt number 2 at recording my Cruiserweight Classic Finals review. Just so you guys know, I'm not going to be recording or making a video of TNA Impact this week because not a lot of things happen on TNA Impact except for mainly the Matt and Jeff Hardy vignettes and the segment that was on the show, which was it's building to a tag team match between the Hardy Boys and Decay for the tag team championships at Bound for Glory in about 2 weeks, maybe. Yeah. Now, just so everyone knows, just my quick thoughts on TNA Impact. From what I saw, it was a decent episode of Impact, but like I said, not a lot happened this week. The matches were shit, most of them. One of the TNA Gran Championship qualifiers was okay, but all the other matches didn't mean anything. It wasn't like SmackDown where this week where all the matches were pretty much secondary, and it was really ankle heavy. It wasn't like that. You should be building some big time matches of your upcoming so-called WrestleMania of the year. Gail Kim did win a gauntlet match to see who would face Maria for the TNA Knockouts Championship at Bound for Glory. Look, I have nothing against Maria or Gail Kim, but this storyline has gone on for way too fucking long. You've been raping your Knockouts division for the past few months, all just to get this Gail Kim Maria Kanellis storyline over. It's not over. The feud is not over with the crowd. The only thing I really liked about the show was all the Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy vignettes. Apparently, there's not going to be a third final deletion to determine if the Hardy Boys can save Senor Benjamin, because Senor Benjamin was found in an abandoned church or an abandoned farm or something like that, and they just brought him back home. So he was kidnapped for 1 week and then was brought back. Okay, that happened. I really want to see them do more of the final deletion stuff, even if they don't have to do it with Matt and Jeff Hardy, which I think Matt and Jeff Hardy really makes those final deletions work. But I wish they would do something like that, like more often, like every couple months or so, because the final deletions, there's only been 2 of them, and they're both awesome. Okay, episode of Impact. Those are the updates on the matches that are coming up. Braxton Sutter faced Rockstar Spud in what was earlier in the night, what was supposed to be almost like a blood feud almost. It was a empty arenas match, which is basically like a no holds barred with no people in it, so do whatever the hell you want. Only problem is the match went like 5 minutes. So yeah, way to build up a feud, assholes. So, okay, episode of Impact. Check out the Hardy stuff. Check out the one segment with Bobby Lashley. Other than that, skip the rest. So let's move on to the actual Cruiserweight Classic Finals. This was a great show. It was a 2-hour show. They only gave us 4 matches, and the show was one of the best shows I've ever seen. It's a 2-hour network special, so in terms of network specials, this is the exception. This is like one of the best network specials. There's only been 3, not counting takeover events. There was Madison Square Garden, that event. There was Beast East, and I forgot there was another one earlier this year. We had a Roadblock. So out of 4 network special events, this one was by far the best. This, and believe it or not, is one of my few shows that I would rank a 10 out of 10. Because all the matches meant something. Even the filler match. So let's get to it. Let's see here. Zack Sabre Jr. faced Gran Metalik in the semifinals. This was, out of the 3 matches I expected to be great matches, this is the least great. Which is kind of weird because I've seen Zack Sabre Jr. on the Indies. He's fucking awesome. Then again, they gave him only like 13 minutes of work. So I'll bet you if they gave him another 10 minutes, it would have been even much better. They worked nice technical wrestling. They worked high flying. We even saw a little bit of fire from Zack Sabre Jr. And hell, when the match started, the first thing Zack Sabre Jr. he didn't go for a grapple or a hold. No, he went right for the drop kick and right for the attack. Or maybe it was Gran Metalik that did that. I don't know. But there were some crazy spots in this match, like well, maybe not crazy spots, I should say, but there were some really great spots, like Gran Metalik doing the springboard senton bomb. That was awesome. The amount of dives that Gran Metalik did, I think he did like 2 or 3 dives. The guy wants to kill himself. I love the name that he's been given, which is I forget the whole thing. Excuse me for my broken Spanish, but Del Rio or something like that. De las Cuerdas. That part I know. I forget the first part, which is like King of the Ropes or something like that. And it really shows because this guy, he can work ropes like no other. He walks around along ropes like nobody's business. This was just a great match. Gran Metalik won the match. He won with, of course, the Metalik driver. Zack Sabre Jr. though was pretty damn close at times. And when this tournament first started, we were all under the impression, okay, it's gonna lead to Kota Ibushi and Zack Sabre Jr. in the final. That's gonna happen. Not really so. Now that the tournament went on, and this proved it. But a great match, regardless. You should really check this match out. This match was fucking awesome. It was the fucking shit. The shit is the shit. That just makes it the shit. What am I saying? After the match, we cut to Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa backstage. They're basically saying how it was just a brief backstage promo segment. Nothing really much to say here. What they said was pretty forgettable. Next match, we had Kota Ibushi and TJ Perkins. Now, out of all the matches on this list, the match that I knew, if I looked at the match card without looking at the who won, including the finals, I guess this I kind of figured would be the best match of the night, because Kota Ibushi has been having the best match of each show ever since he came to the CWC. He had a good match with some competitor, I forget his name, on the very first week. He had a really good match, or a pretty good match. Then he had a fucking great match with Cedric Alexander. Had another fucking great match with Brian Kendrick, and had another fucking great match with TJ Perkins. Kota Ibushi is the shit. WWE needs to hire this guy right now. Put him in the NXT for a year, have him learn a hell of a lot of English in that time, then put him in the main roster and just have him kick ass. He doesn't even have to be a cruiserweight. This guy could match up with John Cena right now, and it would be awesome. Golden Star Powerbomb, 450 Splash, not 450, but Phoenix Splash. Yeah, I think John Cena would have a great match with Ibushi. No, hands down. TJ Perkins did win though, which is almost kind of saddening because Gran Metalik is already signed to. I guess they saw something in TJ Perkins that they just didn't see in Kota Ibushi. I mean, they easily could have had Kota Ibushi go to the finals and lose to Gran Metalik. That didn't happen. TJ Perkins ended up going to the finals. But this was a great match. I don't know what to say. I mean, again, more crazy spots here. A little bit. It didn't start out as fast-paced as Zack Sabre Jr. and Gran Metalik. It was started out with almost like technical wrestling almost, but then it kept on building and building and building, and for 15 minutes they worked a fucking awesome match. This match was absolutely incredible. One of the best matches of the year. And the fact that it's by Kota Ibushi, not a surprise. So, great match. Kota Ibushi lost after TJ Perkins got locked in the knee bar, I believe. Cedric Alexander and Noam were backstage. They're going to be the team that faced Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa in the next match. This match, and the backstage promo was nothing special. Although they did say that even though their they lost in the CWC. They're actually going to Raw, believe it or not. And they said that, even we're here like making impact and everything and, do all that shit. So let's just cut to the match, shall we? Because the backstage segments were really nothing new at all. Really nothing special. Just thought I should say that. So Ciampa and Gargano, who apparently are called DWI, I don't know what that's short for, faced Noam and Cedric Alexander. It was only like a 9.5-minute match. And some people may disagree with me on this, but I thought this was a pretty good match. I actually liked it. Some people said, oh, it's just nothing but a bunch of high spots. Well, yeah, it was supposed to hype you. It did what its job. Hype you up for the main event. And hype they were. And besides, even then, they did a lot of work in this match. I can't say it was nothing but a bunch of high spots. No. If you want a match that's a bunch of high spots, look no further than Sin Cara versus Sin Cara from Hell in a Cell 2011. That was nothing but high spots. It looked impressive, but as far as a match goes, it was nothing special at all. This match had several things. It had wrestling. It had a bunch of kicks. It had a bunch of springboard stuff, but it also had some wrestling moves. So I cannot say it's a bunch of high spots looking at the match. It was only a 9-minute match. Trust me, if they gave him like 10 more minutes, I'll bet you the match would not have been that as crazy as it was in this one, in a quick 9 to 10 minute match. Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa won, which is the right move. If they are building to another match, Takeover Canada, Takeover Toronto, with Gargano and Ciampa losing again. Yeah, with Gargano and Ciampa losing again, and Ciampa turning on Gargano and them starting a feud, probably leading over to whenever the next takeover would be. Probably in Miami, where WrestleMania 33 is being held. Oh no, it's Orlando, not Miami. Orlando. By the way, commentary was great with Daniel Bryan and Mauro Ranallo. With the exception of Matt Striker and Vampiro, there's not a better commentary team than that. And a couple people did talk to Ranallo and Bryan. William Regal was one of them. And apparently, I didn't know this, but he was trained by one of the original big time cruiserweight. I forget his name, but he was an older guy, a much older guy. And Regal, of course, said, I had the privilege of being trained by him, and he should, because cruiserweights tend to be awesome wrestlers as well as high flyers. Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio, Psychosis, Juventud, and even X Division guys. AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, Samoa Joe, if you want to count him as one. Petey Williams, Jay Lethal. Look at them where they are now. Doing greatness. Austin Aries. So, but that's not what I really wanted to go to. Just before I continue, Corey Graves did say that Kota Ibushi losing fucked up a lot of people's, supposed brackets, which is kind of true because Kota Ibushi is awesome. But, let's continue. Triple H, we saw, now before the match started, because TJ Perkins came out, Gran Metalik came out, but then, right when the match was about to start, Triple H came out to make an announcement. And, I could hear all the internet trolls growing oh, why is the game here? You're gonna bury them. Where's the shovel? I don't think he did that here. He made a brief, he hyped up the main event, which you should. He put over the Cruiserweight Classic trophy. And by the way, in their matches when TJ Perkins and Gran Metalik won against Ibushi and Sabre Jr. respectively, they both got medals. All four of them should have gotten medals for making it to the semifinal. But before the match started, Triple H announced that the winner of this match will not only win the Cruiserweight Classic, not only will win the trophy, but will be at least the first, and they keep saying first ever when it comes to titles, like the Cruiserweight Championship, and the former Women's Championship was never a thing. They're pretending that never happened. Idiots. Do they really think we're that stupid? I know you're trying to start a new line, but don't say first ever, you jackasses. But to determine the first new version of the Cruiserweight Classic of the Cruiserweight Championship. They made a new Cruiserweight Championship. It will not follow the line of the old Cruiserweight Championship from WCW and WWE's in the brand split years, but it will start a new lineage, and the winner of this match will become Cruiserweight Champion and will go to Raw. So even more incentive to watch this match is not just to see who wins the trophy and who wins the match in the tournament, but who wins the championship. A lot's on the line here, and not as good as Ibushi and Perkins, but this was a pretty fucking great match. This match was awesome. You need to check it out. Again, a lot of crazy high spots. Gran Metalik. Actually, I think there was one crazy high spot. I forget. It was it was like they were like in the corner or some shit like that. There was like some high spot there. Maybe it's been a couple days since I watched it because I've been busy with doing stuff, work and everything. But the match was fucking awesome. I do remember that Gran Metalik did hurt his knee. Storyline, of course. And he hit the Metalik driver, but he couldn't get the pin because he was selling the knee. And then after a few seconds, after like 5 or 10 seconds, he finally covered TJ Perkins, but Perkins kicked out, giving him just enough time to kick out. TJ Perkins again locked in the knee bar. He apparently like locks like a certain leg, almost like a knee bar combined with a figure four. That got Metalik to tap, and TJ Perkins wins the Cruiserweight Classic, wins the giant ass trophy, and wins is the first of the new generation of Cruiserweight champions. And confetti, rained from the I think it was like the corners or something like that. I forget, but confetti happened. He made a speech that and it was an impassioned one where he said, "Look, for many years I've held this key, and this key used to be to my old house because right before I got homeless, because it was a reminder of why I need to strive for how far I do, and that I never want to go back to that. Now that I've done this, I've accomplished this goal, I no longer have to hold that key. I can finally let go." Great story there. This was just a great wrestling event. In terms of a TV show, one of the best TV show episodes in terms of wrestling. In terms of a network special, and I guess you could say a pay-per-view main event, a pay-per-view event almost, in some certain ways, this was one of the best shows ever. This is a 10 out of 10 show. This show was awesome. This is by far the best network special I've ever seen. Much better than Madison Square Garden, much better than Roadblock, and yes, much better than Beast Knees, which was also pretty damn good. But with that said, oh man, that was, and the package promo throughout the show was also pretty goddamn awesome. That was awesome. So I had a lot of fun watching it. You will too. You will not be disappointed by watching this show. Until next time, guys, this is Simone Fan 101. I will see you later, probably either with the top 10 video game series list or a review of WCPW. Later, guys.